VSOP Hip Hop and Wrestling, how you doing? Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman sabotages Owens and Zayn with the help of the Imperium. The Judgement Day gets a victory over the tag team champions. Cody Rhodes is not afraid of Brock Lesnar. Becky Lynch challenges Trish Stratus for a match. And Mustafa Ali is the #1 contender for the IC title. All that and more is your Monday Night Raw recap. All right, we start the show with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, the World Tag Team Champions, flabbergasted by the fact that the Tribal Chief and Solo Sikoa will be challenging them for their titles at Night of Champions. Sami has a special message for Roman Reigns saying that under no circumstances will you be taking these titles from us. Out comes all 4 members of the Judgment Day, and immediately Kevin Owens' fighting instinct kicks in, and he's like, hey, let's do this right now. And Sami says, hold on, chill, Kevin. Possibly they might be coming out here for something different. Why don't we hear them out? And then Damian Priest says, no, I came to fight. Kevin Owens says, see, I told you. And as Damian Priest proceeds to get in the ring, Finn Balor gets in front of him and tells him to chill out. Finn Balor grabs the mic and says, hey, you guys were supposed to be done with the bloodline, and it seems as if you're still dealing with the bloodline. But in the event that you're able to survive Night of Champions, well, we're going to be the #1 contender for those tag titles. Ex-Con Dom grabs the mic, but the fans won't let him speak. Don't they know that this guy did hard time? Somebody's going to get shanked. Kevin Owens says that he's had enough of this. Can he please punch Dom in the face? Sami says, go ahead, you have my blessing. Unfortunately, Rhea Ripley got in the way. So here comes Damian Priest with a cheap shot on Sami Zayn, sending him out the ring. And then the Judgment Day proceed to put the boots to Kevin Owens until Sami Zayn clears the ring with a chair. And now our main event for tonight has been set. Next up, we have Anakin Skywalker. Oh, my bad, that's Shinsuke Nakamura making his way to the ring to go one-on-one with The Miz. The Miz would like to start the match with a friendly handshake, but Nakamura kicks his hand. Nakamura is ready to fight. Shinsuke hits a big kick and then in the corner. Miz is looking for an advantage any way possible, but he gets tossed out the ring and hit with a baseball slide. The Miz is laying prone on the apron and Nakamura comes off with a big knee to the back. But The Miz has some apron maneuvers of his own as he hits Nakamura with this big neck breaker. Nakamura slowly rolls down to the floor, and then here comes Miz with a big boot to the face. Shinsuke begins his comeback with a big kick and then the running knee in the corner. Goes for the pin, but only gets a 2 count. Shinsuke tries to go for an armbar, but The Miz blocks it, and then The Miz hits his patented DDT, but The Miz only gets a 2 count. The Miz loads up on the yes kicks to the chest. The Miz went for his clothesline in the corner, but he missed. Nakamura comes back with the sliding German suplex. Shinsuke's in the corner ready to put this one to bed with the Kinshasa. Shasha. Whatever that move is called, Shinsuke is trying to hit it, but Miz makes his way to the ropes. That's that veteran ring awareness right there. And a veteran also knows how to distract the ref, poke the eyes, and go for the skull-crushing finale, and he hits it. That could have been it, but Nakamura was close enough to the ropes to get out of this predicament. Shinsuke hits the Kinshasa. Damn, that's a tongue twister. Nakamura, your winner. Backstage, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green are complaining about the Women's Tag Team Championships. Liv Morgan is out with an injury, but Raquel challenges Chelsea Green to a fight later tonight. In preparation for the World Heavyweight Championship match at Night of Champions between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, we get a career retrospective of Seth Rollins. Amazing to see how Seth Rollins has evolved his character into what it is today over the past 10 years. But enough of that reminiscing. The Imperium are in the building as Gunther makes his Monday Night Raw debut. And tonight there's going to be a 20-man battle royal to determine who's going to face Gunther at Night of Champions. And before the match, Matt Riddle flicks his flip-flops at Gunther. It's time for a battle royal where wrestlers collide like a crowded intersection during rush hour and chaos reigns supreme. All right, who's our first elimination? It is Tozawa. Baron Corbin is celebrating but is not paying attention to the maniac behind him as Dexter Lumis eliminates Baron Corbin. The Maximum Male models Massey and Mansois eliminate Dexter, but that celebration doesn't last long either because they just realize what they have done. They run into Otis and Chad Gable, and Massey and Mansoor both get thrown out, but Mansoor holds on to the ropes. Johnny Gargano kicks Mansoor off the apron, but Massey catches him and saves him from elimination until he turns around and sees that Dexter Lumis is still ringside. Massey and Mansoor run away. They are scared to death. Back in the ring, JD McDonough eliminates Humberto, and then Dolph Ziggler eliminates JD McDonough, and then Von Wagner eliminates Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler may have been safer in the ring because JD McDonough is pissed and he takes his frustrations out on Ziggler. The Viking Raiders run wild. They throw out Cedric Alexander. They throw out Zion Quinn. They throw out Shelton Benjamin. They shift their attention towards the Alpha Academy. Eric gets Chad Gable up in the air on the apron for a vertical suplex. Chad Gable tries to hit a dangerous German suplex off the apron himself. Eric hits a big knee on Gable, and Otis eliminates Eric. Chad Gable is still on the apron, and he gets eliminated by Ivar. But the mammoth Bronson Reed throws both Ivar and Otis over the top rope. All right, so now we're down to our final 8 competitors, and they make the wise decision to all gang up on Bronson Reed. Fast forward, Gargano hits the Tornado Spear. Ricochet hits a Shooting Star. Bronson Reed hits the Samoan Drop. Apollo Crews eliminates Elias. Bronson Reed eliminates Apollo Crews. Bronson Reed has Gargano and Ricochet set up for something awful as he slams Gargano on top of Ricochet. Matt Riddle's bringing the fight to Bronson Reed. He climbs to the top and hits the corkscrew moonsault. Riddick Moss hits the fastest shoulder tackle ever, but gets eliminated just as fast. Matt Riddle eliminates Johnny Gargano with a Frankensteiner outside the ring, but look who's still hanging around. Gunther and the Imperium. Gunther sends his goons after Matt Riddle. They trip him up on the apron, and then Bronson Reed eliminates Matt Riddle. Now we're down to 3. It's Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, and Bronson Reed. They try to double team Reed, but they can't keep the big man down. Ricochet hits a drop kick, and Bronson is still holding on. Ricochet hits another drop kick, and Bronson is still holding on. Ricochet tries again, but Bronson Reed catches him in a fireman's carry on the apron. Ali hits the big drop kick, and down goes Bronson, down goes Ricochet. There's only one man left standing, and that man is Mustafa Ali, who's going to Night of Champions to face Gunther for the IC title. Becky Lynch is in the building, and she has a message she wants to deliver to Trish Stratus. She lets Trish Stratus know that once upon a time, Trish was the top dog in the women's division, but now Becky Lynch is the top dog, and she doesn't need a title to prove it, and she's going to whoop Trish Stratus' ass at Night of Champions, and next week, they'll have a contract signing. But look who's backstage paying attention to Becky Lynch. It's the women's champion, Rhea Ripley, who gets interrupted by Natalya, who tries to berate her for doing dastardly things, but ex-con Dom interrupts and says, "Mommy, let's go." Ali is riding high on cloud 9, but he bumps into Gunther, who Gunther wishes him luck, and Ali says, "No, you're the one who's going to need luck, because I'm taking that title off you at Night of Champions." Stay positive. Next up, we have a rematch from last week. We got Xavier Woods versus Dominic Mysterio. The bell rings and Dom gets Xavier in a wrist lock. And then the action picks up. Xavier hits a chop and a drop kick to the back. Ex-con Dom putting the boots to Xavier. Dom is wearing down Xavier with some of the moves that he learned in prison, but Xavier gets him up into a beautiful suplex. Mysterio retreats to the outside. Xavier goes after him, but look who gets in the way. Mommy is protecting Dom Dom. Back in the ring, Dominic has Woods on the top rope. Dom has been knocked down, and Xavier hits a huge missile dropkick. Woods slides under Dom and hits a spinning forearm, followed by a clothesline. Dominic Mysterio is begging for mercy. He yanks Xavier through the ropes to the outside. He pulls Xavier back in the ring, and now it's time for the three amigos. Uno, dos, tres. Dom is tapping into the spirit of Eddie Guerrero as he shakes those shoulders and heads to the top rope to go for that frog splash. But Woods gets his knees up, rolls him up for a pin, but only gets a 2 count. Xavier hits a big gut buster, but still only a 2 count. Xavier Woods is headed to the top rope, and Rhea Ripley is worried, so she pulls Dom out of the ring. but Woods slingshots over the ropes onto Dom. Xavier gets Dom back in the ring, but Rhea Ripley wants to talk shit on the outside, which gives Dom enough time to hit a baseball slide dropkick. Rhea Ripley attacks Dom from behind and throws Woods back in the ring. Mysterio gets some type of funky pinning maneuver, but he keeps Xavier Woods' shoulders to the ground and gets the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Dominic Mysterio, with the help of Rhea Ripley, and Xavier Woods can't believe it. He's lost twice to Dominic Mysterio. Next up, we get a video package introducing Raw's newest psychopath, JD McDonough. Do not let his oversized head and tiny shoulders fool you. JD McDonough is a dangerous man, and Dolph Ziggler was the first one to learn how dangerous he is as Finn Balor quietly watches his former student. Next up, it's time for a good old squash. We got Sanga, we got Veer, and with the guidance of Jinder Mahal, they are Indus Sheer. These guys waste no time to destroy their opponents. These guys are big, mean, and athletic. Veer drapes our nameless competitor across the top rope. And here comes Sanga with a kick to the chest. Sanga goes after the other nameless competitor and throws his ass halfway across the ring. Look at the height on this elbow by Veer. Big avalanche from Sanga. Look at the smile on Jinder Mahal's face. Indus Sheer setting up for a double team maneuver. Sidewalk slam and an elbow drop combination. Sanga gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Your winners, Indus Sheer. Backstage, Gunther confronts Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He does not appreciate the way that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn disrespected his goons last week. Kevin Owens says, fine, we'll fight you next week. We'll find a partner for a 6-man trios tag. It's time for a promo segment with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, the 2-piece suited psycho, and we are live in Greensboro, North Kakalaki, home of the first Starrcade booked by his father, Dusty Rhodes. He says he's ready to take on Brock Lesnar one more time at Night of Champions. Backstage, Zoe Starks is still picking on Nikki Cross, but Candice LeRae says, enough, I'm going to fight you next week. Zoe says she's looking forward to it. Next up, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez versus Chelsea Green with Sonya Deville at ringside. Raquel starts off at level 10 with a big boot to the face. She is not playing this evening. Sonya Deville interferes, and Chelsea hits a big backcracker. Chelsea Green has her boot to the back of Raquel's neck, and she is getting ready to push that beautiful face into the turnbuckle. Chelsea Green is lighting up Raquel Rodriguez with strikes and a face plant to the mat. It looks like Chelsea's trying to set Raquel up for the I'm Prettier, but Raquel's able to lift her up and fling her neck first into the ropes. Raquel runs wild with a big clothesline and then 3 fall-away slams. Raquel goes to the second rope so she can bounce and hit her corkscrew senton. Now it's time to put this one to bed. Raquel gets her up and hits her with her one-arm powerbomb. Good night. Raquel gets the 1, 2, 3 while staring at Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville is pissed. Your winner, Raquel Rodriguez. But wait, Ronda Rousey comes out of nowhere. Shayna Baszler is hitting Raquel with ground and pound. Ronda Rousey threatens to beat Raquel's ass every single week until she defends those tag team championships against her and Shayna. Shayna gives her a knee to the face for good measure, and Raquel is out cold. Backstage, Gunther is seen shaking hands with the mysterious figure, but that mysterious figure is Paul Heyman, the wise man, the lying liar who lies. And now it's time for the main event, the Judgment Day against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. We start the match off with some good old-fashioned wrestling. We got a wrist lock, we got 2 arm drags, we got the arm bar. Damian Priest tags in and starts to pound away. Sami Zayn throws Damian Priest into the turnbuckle, and he makes the tag to Kevin Owens. Kevin hits an enziguri and sends both Damian Priest and Finn Balor to the outside. Damian Priest is trying to keep things cool, calm, and collective, so he calls on his homies, Rhea Ripley and ex-con Dom, come ringside. Finn Balor back on the offensive with some hard chops, but Sami Zayn's not done yet. He hits a hard clothesline out of desperation. Now he needs to make a tag to Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is ready for it. Sami gets the tag, and Kevin Owens starts to run wild on Damian Priest, putting the boots to him. Takes the action to the outside. Owens with the hard lariat, and then a senton on the floor. Ducks a clothesline from Rhea Ripley, hits Finn Balor and Dom with a clothesline, gets back in the ring. Kevin Owens moves out of the way of Priest's jumping elbow, and Priest is down. Kevin Owens is ready to hit the cannonball. Goes for the pin, but Priest kicks out at 2. Dom grabs Kevin Owens' foot, and Priest is able to attack Owens from behind, but the referee saw the shenanigans. The referee's not having it, and he sends Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio to the back, banned from ringside. Xavier Woods, still pissed from his loss earlier to Dominic, keeps Dom occupied while they take the fight backstage. Paul Heyman decides to come out to get a closer view of the action, and Damian Priest seems happy to see him. Back in the ring, because we still have a match going on, Priest hits the big leg drop double team maneuver for a 2 count. Damian gets Owens on the top rope. It looks like he's trying to set him up for a superplex, but Kevin Owens fights back and pushes him down, which allows Owens to hit the Swanton Bomb. Sami Zayn is ready for the tag. Kevin Owens makes the tag, and Sami Zayn runs wild. Ground and pound on Finn Balor. Michinoku driver for a 2 count. The wise man on the celly talking to the tribal chief, apparently the loudest speakerphone ever. Balor hits the sling blade, and he's ready to hit his running drop kick into the corner on Sami Zayn, but Zayn counters into the Blue Thunder Bomb. And once again, just a 2 count. All of a sudden, Gunther and the Goon Squad show up. They cause a distraction, which causes Sami to get rolled up for a 2 count. Damian Priest wants to go for the choke slam, but Kevin Owens counters into a stunner. Balor rushes to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn catches him, and you know what's getting ready to happen. Sami hits the exploder suplex in the corner, and he's ready to set Finn up for the haluva kick, and he hits it. Gunther's goons hop on the apron to distract the referee. Kevin Owens does his best to dispose of them. Kevin goes on the outside to get in Gunther's face, but Damian Priest sneaks up and hits a choke slam on the apron. Sami Zayn dives to the outside on Priest, gets back in the ring and tries to go for another haluva kick, but Gunther grabs Sami's foot. Balor hits his running drop kick, goes to the top rope for the coup de grace, hits Sami Zayn with the double stomps, goes for the cover and gets the 1, 2, 3. Paul Heyman is pleased by this outcome. Gunther is pleased by this outcome. And the Judgment Day has just pinned the WWE Universal Tag Team Champions. Paul Heyman is making new allies while Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are making new enemies. We'll see what happens next week. In the event that you made it this far, I appreciate you sticking around, so you know what you need to do if you like this content. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you. VSOP out.